Hello, welcome back to my channel. I'm Katie.the.cosmic.sailor and I help guide those on a journey of self-discovery. So today we are asking the question, what are your natural born gifts? I'm super excited to get into this reading. We have 3 groups to choose from. Whichever group you feel drawn to the most, that's most likely your pile. If you feel drawn to more than one group, that's totally okay. That just means there's more than one reading for you here today. So pile number 1 is this stack of cards with the Labradorite necklace. Pile number 2 is this stack of cards with the Lepidolite. And pile number 3 is this stack of cards with the Sodalite. So if you need to pause the video to meditate on the piles, feel free to do so. I will have the timestamps linked in the description box below. That way you can click straight to your reading, and I will see you in your groups. Bye! Hello! If you chose pile number 1 with the Labradorite necklace, this is your reading where you're going to look at your natural born gifts. So the first thing that I was feeling when connecting with your group's energy was almost like this net of protection around me. So I feel like the universe, your spirit guides are very protective over you. And I was also getting the energy of an explorer's heart or an adventurer's heart. You may love to explore things. You may also be very curious. And I was also getting the energy of the natural. So if you've ever heard of The Art of Seduction or read the book The Art of Seduction, there is an archetype called the natural where they have this very childlike, natural type energy. I feel like that's you, and I feel like you almost have this very pure heart and this very pure energy that you came to earth with, and that's why I feel like your spirit guides and the universe are very protective over your energy. And it's almost like no matter what you do, I feel like you're always protected. And your spirit guides were saying leap of faith, so you may take a lot of leaps of faith, and you may find yourself almost always being caught, or like it's like good things always happen to you. You may have this mindset that only good things happen to me, I'm always on the right path, but I feel like that's kind of the energy that's surrounding you. You also have this kind of like lucky energy around you as well. We're going to go ahead and look at your cards. So we have Mars Force with the number 5. So you may be a life path 5 as well. 5 is also a very like adventure energy, wanting to explore and go out there and try new things and test new things. Let's see what else we have. So we have Gossip, Light Attributes, awakens consideration for the feelings of others, honoring trust. Shadow Attributes, thrives on the power of passing on private or secret information, betraying confidences. Pile number 1's natural born gifts. And I just heard a ding. So as that ding went off, I was feeling like you guys could be very connected to spirit. And this came through in another reading that I did, but this person whispering in this other person's ear, it's almost like the universe, your spirit guides have you on a telephone, or it's like you are on speed dial for the universe. So I feel like you're very connected to the universe, and it's almost like anything you ask for, you will receive. And I feel like this is part of your natural born gifts where you're able to really connect with spirit. I feel like you guys could have a very strong intuition as well. And your spirit guides really urge you to trust your intuition because it leads you on the right path always, is what your spirit guides are saying. Your intuition always leads you on the right path, which is really interesting. I feel like you guys are also giving like high priestess energy as well. Let's see what else we have. So we have the vulture. And with this like purple energy over here, I feel like you guys may have a purple aura is something that's coming through. You may have felt drawn to another group as well. But with the purple aura, purple is all about royalty, very connected to the divine, very connected to your third eye chakra. You guys could be naturally clairvoyant, naturally clairaudient as well with this gossip card here, but very psychic energy is already coming through. Let's see what else we have. We have transformation. This fairy tells you to surrender to a transformation in your life that's happening for your highest good. Embrace your transformation. The best is yet to come. Your natural born gifts. I'm going to put this card over here actually. Pile number. I'm also with this person. I feel like you may look like this, or you may have really curly hair. That's something that's coming through. I feel like one of your natural born gifts is being able to follow your intuition, trust where you're being led, and really change your life for the better, for the positive. With the force, vulture, and transformation here, I feel like you guys may not be one to shy away from change. And I'm also seeing somebody almost like shape-shifting their energy. I feel like you guys have this natural ability to blend into surroundings, but also to transform yourself and become what you want to become. I feel like you guys are not the type of people to get stuck in ruts or get stuck in general. I feel like when you, something that's coming through, when you feel stuck, I feel like you're very quick to shift and change your energy is something that's coming through. And I feel like this is why Spirit may be very connected to you, because it knows, it's almost like whatever you need to do or be, it's like you become that. Is something that's coming through, especially with the vulture card here, because the vulture is all about bringing balance, purifying energy, and people think of vulture as maybe being a bad type of energy, but it brings balance and it brings harmony, and a lot of times certain situations that need to be balanced can be harder to balance. I'm having difficulty kind of saying this, so I feel like you may be the type of people to say the harder things, speak harder truths is something that's also coming through. But it's like when something needs to be said, I feel like you guys say it. I feel like you guys also have a very powerful throat chakra. That's something that's coming through as one of your natural born gifts, the ability to speak. And I feel like you guys also stand up for the underdog is something that's also coming through as one of your natural born gifts, standing up for those who may be seen as powerless or not have a voice. You have this very strong energy about you, and Spirit is showing me somebody holding like a really heavy rock. So I feel like you guys may be able to carry more weight than other people is something that's coming through. I feel like you guys may have a really big mission or a really big purpose on Earth, with this ability to connect with Spirit, able to handle tough things, handle tough situations, and really this energy that you're able to speak your truth and be very powerful in your voice. And with all of this, especially the transformation here, I feel like you may be here to, your spirit guides are saying, bring about a new earth is something that's coming through. So I feel like you're part of a wave of souls that is here to bring change and bring a new perspective. And your spirit guides are saying the age of Aquarius. So you may have a lot of Aquarius in your chart, or you may be just have this very fresh, different, new perspective, new outlook is something that's also coming through. And then we have the Whale Watcher, number 7. So you guys could also be a life path 7. We have wisdom, power of the divine, and this like owl. You guys are very connected to Spirit, and I feel like this is one of your natural born gifts. Hold on one second. I'm going to turn down this light just a little bit. That way this card's not so like glary. But with the Well Watcher coming through, power of the divine, you guys are very, very connected to spirit, and this is one of your natural born gifts. I feel like you guys in childhood were probably had imaginary friends, probably knew things that not all the adults knew. I'm also getting a specific message about reincarnation. You may have at an early age remembered your past lives is something that's coming through. You guys have a really strong spirit and a really strong soul. And I feel like no matter what your human ego may say or try to pull you toward, you guys are very connected to your spirit and your soul, and your intuition comes through very strong. I feel like you guys may also be really good at differentiating between your ego and your intuition is something that's coming through as one of your natural born gifts. This may also be something that you work on throughout your life as well, differentiating between your ego and your intuition. But I just feel like you guys are more connected than most is something that's coming through. So we have the Eight of Winter with the bunting. It says, it's so easy to convince yourself that you're trapped when you really aren't. Trust that God will lift you to new heights and give you greater self-confidence if you affirm your freedom. And this word freedom is really sticking out to me. I feel like one of your natural born gifts is being in this energy of freedom. Really interesting that's... I feel like that keeps coming through, especially with the number 5 here as well. Freedom. I also feel like one of your natural born gifts is your ability to get yourself out of sticky situations is something that's coming through. You guys may have a lot of charisma, and I feel like you guys are really good with your words. And you're coming through as very trustworthy. So when I say good with your words, I feel like you guys wouldn't be the type of people to lie to get yourself out of a situation, but I feel like you're the type of people to really accentuate your truth. And that's why you come off as really trustworthy as well. So we have the Knight of Wands. And then we have the Four of Cups, which I don't think I can show you all of this card. I'm just going to put this right over the image. What are your natural born gifts? So I want to look at the Knight of Wands and see what archetype it is in anime. The Genki, I think. So this says, the Knight of Wands analog in anime is Genki. Genki translates to energy, and Genki characters are often bouncing balls of the stuff. They're optimistic and vivacious, popping back up if they get knocked down. Their enthusiasm is infectious. They often bring their friends along for the ride. Although, like the Knight, they can have a reputation for not thinking before diving into an adventure. And I feel that adventure energy strongly. Specifically, it did say it in the book, and you have the Knight of Wands here. The Knight of Wands is very adventurous, very outgoing. I feel like these are your natural born abilities. And I'm also getting... I feel like you guys are the fun friend. That's something that's coming through. I feel like you guys are able to get people out of their comfort zones and really open people up. Really interesting, and that's coming through with the gossip card here as well, where it's like people may feel very comfortable around you. They may feel very open, and it's like it's like just being in your energy, people want to tell you things. People want to feel this freedom that you exude is something that's coming through. And your spirit guides are calling me to tell you that people can pick up on energy, and when they are around you or in your aura or like around your energy, they feel this strong sense of freedom. And it's like some people can feel trapped in their own minds. Some people can feel stuck in their own energy. But when they're around you, they have this strong sense of freedom, of throwing caution to the wind, of not caring what other people think. And I feel like that's one of your natural born gifts, is like you don't care what other people think about you. is something that's coming through. And maybe that's why you have the transformation here, where you're able to shift and change and transform no matter what is going on around you. And people feel this in your energy, and you're able to really open people up and get people out of their bubbles. I feel like you guys are a really good friend. That's something that's also coming through. And I also feel like you guys give really good advice as well, with the power of the divine here, because you guys are very connected to spirit. I feel like you guys would be really good channelers, really good tarot readers, and I feel like you guys would give really good advice, especially to people who may feel stuck or stagnant, or like they need somebody to talk to. Something that's coming through. Pile number, I feel like you guys may see 555, 777. That's something that's coming through as well. Pile number 1's natural born gifts. I feel like you guys are really good listeners as well as one of your natural born gifts. And I feel like you guys may do this. You may not even realize that you do this. I feel like you may channel information from spirit to your friends. Is something that's coming through. And it's like, I feel like people may come to you and ask, you know, what should I do in this situation? And you may have no experience of what this person is going through. You may, but you may not. And you may be able to give them really good advice and guidance. And it's because I feel like you're channeling something from spirit or from their spirit guides. Is something that's coming through. Freedom, I feel like, is one of your core values. And one of your natural born gifts of being able to, it's like, I'm seeing somebody trying to like grab something and it's like very slippery. I feel like that's your energy. It's like very aloof, very elusive, hard to grasp, hard to understand. And that's why I feel like you have this shapeshifter type energy where it's like nobody can really know what you are because you're everything. And that's what spirit is. Spirit is everything. Spirit is infinite. Spirit is, you know, infinite possibility, infinite potential. And your spirit guides are calling me to tell you, when we come into human bodies, we come into a finite form. You know, our human lives are only here for a certain amount of time, but we exist beyond our human lives through our consciousness, through our awareness, and through spirit. And I feel like this may be something that you know. You guys are very old souls as well. I feel like you guys, your spirit guides are saying you've been around the block. You've seen things. With this owl coming through, it's like you're very connected to the beyond. Your spirit guides are also saying one of your natural born gifts is the ability to see beyond the veil. And I feel like you also value fun. And I feel like as a child, you were very happy, very silly. I'm just seeing a child doing things that's like making their parents laugh. And it's interesting. I feel like your spirit guides are saying your parents may have videos of you or pictures of you being silly. Is something that's also coming through. And because you have the Four of Cups here, the Four of Cups is all about, you know, boredom or being apathetic or not being interested in certain things. I feel like you're really able to open people up, especially people who may be in this energy of being bored or not interested in things, because I feel like you have a lot of interests. Is something that's coming through. I'm also getting strong Sagittarius energy. We have Aries and Scorpio here with Mars as well. See if there's anything else I'm seeing. You have a lot of bird energy. I feel like you could have birds as your spirit guides. We have the bunting here, we have the owl, and we have the vulture. And your spirit guides are saying snake charmer. I also heard bee charmer. I feel like you guys could be very connected to animals. And I feel like children as well could be very drawn to your energy. I also feel like you have, I mentioned this charismatic, charming type energy, and your spirit guides are showing me somebody with a very like cheeky smile. So you may give off this kind of smile, and people kind of, you have this kind of mischievous energy about you as well. But it's very fun. It's nothing serious is what I'm seeing. I feel like you're very playful, very flirty is something that's also coming through. I feel like you guys are also master manifestors, specifically when it comes to your identity and who you are as a person, not necessarily physical things. I feel like this has more to do with your emotional state of being or your mental state of being able to manifest this energy of fun, this energy of lightheartedness. I feel like you guys also have a really good taste in music. That's something that's coming through. And I also feel like just such this fun energy is coming through. I feel like you guys have an eye for fun. You know what's going to be fun and what's not is something that's coming through. And I feel like you guys also may have a lot of interesting stories, things that you've done that maybe not a lot of people have done, and it's because you have this like eye for an adventure and you're not afraid to take a leap of faith and put yourself out there and do things that other people may not because of fear. I feel like it's interesting because your spirit guides are showing me that you may have not a lack of fear. You may actually feel fear quite intense, but you push past it. You have this energy of pushing past fear. See if there's anything else I'm seeing. I feel like you guys, I feel this energy of like wanting to fly. I feel like you guys may have dreams of flying. That's something that's coming through. Very connected to birds. You may have been a bird in a past life. And I mentioned that birds could be your spirit guides as well. And I feel like you have a very strong aura, very magnetizing. People just like, it's like when people come into your energy field, it's like they just want to be around you. They want to hear what you have to say. I feel like you guys could also be very good at storytelling, is something that's coming through. See if there's anything else I'm seeing. I feel like that's all I'm seeing for you, pile number 1. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this reading, please give me a like, please comment down below, please subscribe. It really does help my channel grow, and we would love to have you be a part of the Sailor family as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day, and I will see you later. Bye! Hello! If you chose pile number 2 with the Lepidolite, this is your reading. We are going to be looking at your natural born gifts. So the first thing that I was feeling with your group was this heart of gold, and your spirit guides were also saying that you have a natural eye for beauty. You're able to see the beauty in all things. You could have very Venusian type energy. That's something that's coming through Taurus or Libra. Specifically Taurus, which has to do with beauty of, the physical things in life, such as, the finer clothes, the finer foods, the finer places. I feel like you guys could have also been fashionistas as children. That's something that's coming through. I feel like you pay very close attention to your aesthetic, and I feel like you have a really good eye for the details, is something that's coming through. And I also, with this like sparkle energy, I feel like you almost shine, is something that's also coming through. And you're also coming through as like a diamond in the rough, where I feel like you may have had to go through some harder things, but it's like everything you go through almost like is like they're showing me like a diamond that's built under pressure. It's like the more you go through things, the more beautiful you become. Really interesting. Let's see. So we have Scorpio. I transform. You may have felt drawn to another pile. I will say that. What are pile number 2's natural born gifts? I feel this strong energy of rebirth. And maybe that's why I was picking up that like diamond going through pressure, because a lot of times death really isn't that, you know, nobody really enjoys it, but the process of rebirth is so beautiful, so magnetic. And it's like when people go through a rebirth, their energy becomes very attractive. I feel like you guys may go through emotional rebirths, is something that your spirit guides are saying. You may have, I feel like you guys have a very beautiful heart, a very pure heart. And this is one of your natural gifts and abilities, but being in this 3D, being in this on this earthly plane can be hard because not a lot of people understand this, and a lot of people who go through darker or tough situations almost harden their heart or build armor around their heart, but it's like your heart is very soft, is something that's coming through. This is one of your natural born gifts where no matter what you go through, it's like you come out stronger, but you don't, it's like your heart never becomes blocked, is something that is coming through. Let's see what else we have. So we have the priest. Light attributes: facilitates spiritual commitments, serves as a channel of spiritual energy. Shadow attributes: violates the trust of your spiritual community, seduced by your own spiritual role. And I just saw 333 on the clock timer, so you guys could be very, very psychic, very connected to spirit. I feel automatic writing is something that's coming through. Clairaudience. I also feel like you have this ability to teach others about spirit as well as one of your natural born gifts. I feel like it's like you could be a self-taught tarot reader, a self-taught channeler is something that's coming through. You may not need other people to show you how to connect to spirit because I feel like you have this very innate ability. And with the Scorpio here, Scorpio is all about the deepest of your emotions. So I feel like you guys get very deep in your healing journey is something that's coming through. Really interesting. Natural born gifts. I feel like you guys could do shadow work a lot, but I feel like you're almost very aware of your shadow attributes, and it's like I feel like one of your natural born gifts is being able to see other people's shadow attributes as well. And I just feel like this flow of words coming out. You guys are very strong channelers. I feel like I'm picking up on your energy, able to really connect with spirit, and it's almost like I'm just feeling this like ding right to your spirit guides. I feel like you guys are really strong channelers. Let's see what else we have. So we have the oyster. So the oyster has the pearl within, and not the pearl is the treasure, but not a lot of people can see this treasure. So I feel like your natural born gifts may be hidden from the public, or with the Scorpio card here, you may be very into the occult. Is something that's coming through. Hidden knowledge, hidden wisdom, specifically around ancient Egypt. That's something that's coming through as well. Your natural born gifts. I feel like it's almost, I feel like you could have this mask or this protective energy around you when you're around people who don't serve you or may not have the best intention for you, but I feel like you're a very strong channel for people who need it, which is really interesting. I feel like you have this very protective, almost kind of intimidating energy about you, but it's like when people need guidance, advice, those who come to you, you may not have a lot of people who come to you, but those who do receive really, really clear advice and guidance. Let's see what else we have. We have fairy spotting. It's time to go fairy spotting. It's said that seeing is believing, but in fact the opposite is true. Believing is seeing. So you guys may have a really strong connection to the Fae. I also feel just like you guys have this very strong connection to the unseen as one of your natural born gifts and abilities. Your spirit guides are showing me you may have come into this life with your third eye and your crown chakra very, very open. I feel like you guys are could be really good mediums as well, able to connect with people on the other side. And I feel like you guys are really good teachers as well, able to teach and tell people about the unseen from your perspective. Fairy spotting. You guys have such this magical energy around you. We do have Scorpio here, but I'm also picking up Pisces energy. All the water signs really with the oyster here, so Cancer as well. I feel like you guys have this very, oh, sorry about that. This very magical aura, magical energy around you where it's like when people are in your energy, it's like they believe in unicorns, they believe in mermaids, they believe in fairies, because it's almost like you're giving this energy of being a walking elemental is something that's coming through. So fairies, elves, unicorns, leprechauns, mermaids. Really interesting. Let's see what else we have. So we have the World with 21 here, so that reduces to the number 3 with the Shetland sheepdog. Congratulations on successfully accomplishing what you set out to do. You made it through the challenges and incorporated the lessons life offered you with grace and courage. So this message was coming through in another pile as well, but you guys are almost like shapeshifters as one of your natural born gifts, where you're able to tap into this energy of transformation for your highest good. And your spirit guides are really calling me to tell you a lot of times people will see what they need to do or who they need to become in order to become the best version of themselves. But because, you know, we live in a 3D world and we have an ego, a lot of times people will hold on to what's harming them. People will hold on to being the victim. And you're coming through as being this very like victorious, successful, type energy where it's like you may go through the fire. And it's interesting because I feel like you guys may purposefully put yourself through the fire to become more polished, to become a better person. And we also have this energy of travel here, so I feel like you guys would be, you're coming through as like really good travelers, which is interesting. I feel like you guys are very open. You have a very open energy where you're very accepting of all people and all cultures and all places as one of your natural born gifts. And your spirit guides are also saying you may be very tolerant of other people and their beliefs. And that's why you're coming through as this like natural born traveler, where you may go to certain places and people may think that you're from there. And I don't, like, sometimes, you know, people go to places and they're very obviously tourist. They're very obvious, you know, in wanting to do things their way and not accepting of other people's cultures. I feel like that's not your energy. You're very accepting of other people's cultures, other people's ideas, other people's beliefs. And that's why I feel like you guys make really good channels, because you're not blocking off information that comes through, even if it's something that maybe you don't personally agree with, because you just have such this energy of knowing that everybody's different. And I think it's because you're coming through as this oyster where it's like you are so different. And so you know that because you are so different, you are eccentric, you are unique, other people are like that as well. Really interesting. And we have the 8 of Wands coming through. Very focused. I feel like you guys are also master manifestors as well, where it's like when you set your intention to do something, you do it and you follow through full-heartedly. I feel like you guys are very passionate people as well. This is one of your natural born gifts. You may do things differently or go a different way or go against the grain, but it's like because you're so persistent and because you have such this big fire within your heart, you're able to accomplish these things. And I'm getting this energy of Rengoku from Demon Slayer. If you've ever seen Demon Slayer, Rengoku is the fire Hashira. So he basically wields a sword of fire. And he has such this fire, this burning passion to help people. And it's interesting because they're showing me, there's a scene in the movie where the demons like go into the people's like center. They're trying to find their core. And Rengoku's core is just this blazing fire. And I feel like that's your energy, where you have such this passion for life, passion for helping people, just such this like passionate fire burning energy that's coming through. I'm picking up Sagittarius here as well. Let's see what else we have. We have the Four of Swords. Your natural born gifts and abilities. I just saw 1, 2, 3, 4 on the clock timer. I feel like you guys are really good at divination with this Four of Swords coming through as one of your natural born gifts. I feel like you guys would be really good at fire gazing, water scrying, and your spirit guides are also showing me somebody who goes into trance quite easily. So I feel like you could maybe zone out, or maybe start daydreaming or thinking about things. I feel like this is you going into trance, and I'm seeing somebody just kind of staring off into space, and it's giving that energy of That's So Raven, whenever she, you know, has visions, how she just is kind of like staring into space, and then she has a vision of like a prophecy of something that's to come. And I feel like that may happen to you guys as well. I feel like you guys may experience deja vu a lot, and I feel like you guys may predict things as well. I also feel like one of your natural born gifts and abilities is the ability to read other people's energy, read their intentions. So I feel like your spirit guides really urge you to trust your intuition when you feel like going somewhere, going, when you feel like leaving someplace, leaving, because you have a really strong intuition. Really interesting, and I just heard a ding for confirmation. You guys have a natural born gift of being able to go into trance. And so I feel like you guys also may need to rest more than the normal person, or you may sleep more than the normal person. I feel like it's because you're such a strong channel. You're able to connect really well with spirit. I feel like it can be tiring on your physical body. And I also feel like you guys may astral travel a lot is something that's coming through, where the places that you go in your dreams are actual places, and it's like you're doing things. Like even when your body is resting and sleeping, your spirit is out there accomplishing missions, helping people in other realms, healing other people. That's something that's also coming through. So you may sleep a lot. And your spirit guides are telling me to tell you this because there's nothing wrong with that. Let's see what else we have. So we have the Horse King with the number 42, Assistance and Control. Pile number 2's Natural Born Gifts. I feel like you guys are also natural born leaders, natural born teachers. And it's also, I feel strong Hierophant energy here as well. With the Horse King here, I feel like you guys would be really good. Your spirit guides are saying leading a developmental mediumship group. So if this is something that you've been thinking about, your spirit guides are bringing this through as confirmation. If you've been thinking about getting people together who are also interested in mediumship, and using that as like a developmental circle, your spirit guides say you would be very good at this. I feel like you guys are very good at bringing the spiritual into the mainstream, is what your spirit guides are saying, where it's like you may be the friend who talks about spirit, who talks about ghosts, who talks about passed on loved ones, or this energy is the kind of energy that surrounds you. Your natural born gifts. And it's like I feel like it's very healing for people to be able to talk about these things, because a lot of times other people may see them as taboo, or something that we shouldn't talk about, or something that should be on the hush-hush. But because you have this very open energy and you're very tolerant of other people's ideas and beliefs, I feel like people are very open to share these things with you. I also feel like you guys are naturally connected, very connected to your Akashic records. And I feel like you guys can easily pull information from your past lives. They're showing me Avatar from the cartoon Avatar: The Last Airbender, how he can, because he's the Avatar, he has a spiritual connection to every single avatar that existed before him. And those are all of his past lives. And so your spirit guides are showing me whenever you need advice and guidance, you can easily tap into your Akashic records and receive advice and guidance from past versions of you, or from your past lives. Things that they've gone through. And it's like, they can really give you insightful guidance, because it's like, you may have already learned this lesson, or you may have already gone through this certain thing in a past life. I feel like you guys are also naturally very fast learners as well. And your spirit guides are saying students of life. Something that's coming through. Students of life. So you may be naturally curious, natural seekers as well, wanting to know and understand and explore other ways of being, other ways of thinking. The Eight of Wands. Yeah, you guys are just really connected to spirit. Very, very strong channelers. And like I was saying, it's like your spirit guides are calling me to tell you, whenever you are learning to channel, you really have to trust your intuition. You have to trust the information that you receive. And by continuing to open to channel, you make the connection stronger. So it's like a radio dial, and connecting your end to the receiver of the spirit guides or spirit that you're trying to connect with. But I feel like you guys came into this life with a very strong connection, a very strong channel, and so the radios or the frequencies that you connect to when you connect to your spirit guides, to your spirit, are very, very, very clear. Very clear, where it's like I can just hear them speaking to me like as if they were actually here. And that's why you guys have the priest as well, because you can use this ability to help other people. It's one of your natural born gifts. And I just heard a ding for confirmation. You guys, I feel like you put spirit in everything that you do. Is something that's coming through, and your spirit guides are saying, there's like a cheer. It's like, we've got spirit, yes we do, we've got spirit, how about you? I feel such this positive, loving, childlike energy coming through for you. You guys may be Leo risings, or you may have significant Scorpio placements. I'm also seeing Pluto and Scorpio as well, or maybe Scorpio in the 4th house. Really interesting. I just heard another ding. I feel like you guys may receive a lot of signs, a lot of synchronicities, a lot of confirmation from spirit that you're on the right path. Beautiful energy. See if there's anything else I'm seeing for you. I feel like you guys have the ability to receive rewards, accolades, and like love for connecting with spirit. I feel like you guys would be really successful if you had a YouTube channel, if you were tarot readers, or if you started a psychic business or something like that. But I feel like that's all I have for you, pile number 2. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this reading, please give me a like, comment below, and subscribe. It really does help my channel grow, and we would love to have you be a part of the Sailor family as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day, and I will see you later. Bye. Hello! If you chose pile number 3 with the Sodalite crystal, this is your reading. What are your natural born gifts? So I feel like something that was coming through, your spirit guides were saying, you're a wizard, Harry. So I feel like you guys have this wizard, witch energy where you're very knowledgeable about manifestation, the law of attraction, or you may not really be knowledgeable about them, but it's like inherent in your DNA, where it's like you have this very magical type essence. Really interesting. I feel like you guys may receive a lot of epiphanies, a lot of downloads, a lot of ideas. I feel like your spirit guides really want to work with you. Is something that's also coming through. They're calling me to tell you the ideas that you receive, you're meant to act on them. The inspiration that you receive, you're meant to act on it. Let's go ahead and see your cards. Your spirit guides are also showing me somebody drawing a picture, so you may be really good artists. You may be able to really channel through your art, is something that's coming through. So we have Chiron healing with the number 8. Healing. So one of your natural born gifts is the ability to heal. Oh, sorry about that. Let me move this. Sorry, my dog is licking me. You may have the natural ability to heal not only yourself but others. Let's see what else we have. We have Scribe. Wow. The light attributes, preserving knowledge and information. Shadow attribute, altering facts or plagiarizing others' work. You guys, I feel like, are natural born poets, natural born writers. And I feel like the things you write could be channeled from spirit, but I feel like they're very inspiring to other people. I'm also feeling called to say, if you feel like writing a biography about your life, I feel like it would be very successful. Because we have Chiron here, Chiron is the wounded healer. So the wounded healer is somebody who goes through, trauma, distress, things that aren't necessarily good for them, maybe inflicted on by other people, maybe inflicted by themselves, but they come to this point where they learn how to heal themselves. And I feel like if you were to write a book about what you've been through and how you overcame it, I feel like it'd be very inspiring. Or just telling people this story, I feel like, is very inspiring. Let's see what else we have. We have the rabbit. So you may be born in the year of the rabbit. I believe it's 1999, I think. And then 12 years, I believe it's 12. I can't remember how many Chinese zodiacs there are. You may look into your Chinese zodiac because I feel like that's something that's significantly coming through. Pile number 3's natural born gifts. I feel like you guys are very lucky. With the rabbit is all about luck, fertility. The rabbit can also tend to have anxiety though, and I feel that coming through with Chiron as well. Your spirit guides really want you to see the things that you went through as blessings in disguise. And I know every time I say that, a lot of people just cringe and think, blessing in disguise, why don't you really say what it is? It's not a blessing, but it is. And your spirit guides really want you to see it like that, because when you do, I feel like you have the power to change other people's perceptions and perspectives. When it's interesting because I feel like you guys may go through certain things, and when you learn a lesson, you're able to share what you have learned with other people who may be going through that similar thing, and you're able to heal them. And it's like your spirit guides are saying, when you give a man a fish, he eats for a day, but when you teach a man to fish, he fishes for a lifetime. And so I feel like you may be very good at teaching yourself how to do things and teaching other people how to do them as well. Let's see what else we have. So we have precious time. The Fairy of Time wants you to experience every moment fully and to make the most of your precious time. Be mindful not to waste others' time either. And what I was feeling when I flipped over this card was this feeling of anxiety. But it's interesting because your spirit guides were saying the feeling of anxiety feels the same as the feeling of excitement. So I feel like you guys have this natural ability to really shift your perspective from light to dark is something that's coming through. You may be really able to pull yourself out of dark places and help others do the same. Your spirit guides are also saying empowered empath. So you may have gone through situations where people may have crossed your boundaries or not respected your boundaries as an empath. Or something that's also coming through, because you have this empath energy, you may tend to overhelp people or put yourself in situations because you think this is what somebody else will need. And you may have had to learn this lesson, but I feel like it's brought you to this place of empowerment is something that's coming through. Let me see. I really want to sit with these cards for just a second. I feel like you guys are very powerful healers, and with precious time here, your spirit guides are saying nothing is wasted. You're not running out of time. So I feel like because you have this ability to feel everything, you may tend to get lost in the darker emotions. I feel like writing would be very helpful for you in releasing darker emotions. I also feel like herbs. Herbology, looking into certain herbs and their healing properties. Your spirit guides are saying specifically lemon balm and skullcap, which is interesting. And I feel like you guys may receive a lot of signs, synchronicities, symbols, and we have this image of this owl in the background with the key around its neck. I don't know if you can see that. Let's see. Hopefully you can. I'm also getting this like tinker energy, this Tinkerbell energy, but like Tinker Fairy type energy. If you've ever seen any of the Pixie Hollow or Tinkerbell movies, they have like different categories of fairies. I feel like you guys would be a Tinker Fairy. I feel like you guys would be really good with knickknacks, really good at creating things out of nothing is something that's also coming through. I feel like you guys may also, one of your natural born gifts and abilities is the ability to make something out of nothing. And your spirit guides are also, this time card is really sticking out for me. I feel like you guys this may be one of your first Earth incarnations is something that's coming through where time is almost always mentioned. You know, we're running out of time. You only have a certain amount of time. What time is it? I feel like time may stress you out is something that's coming through. I feel like really getting in touch with the present moment would be very helpful for you, and realizing that time is an illusion. Allowing yourself to heal and not rush through things as well. Because you have this energy of healer and the wounded healer specifically, we can tend to think, you know, I need to help these people, and put our own healing journey on the back burner. So I feel like that's something that you may work through in this life, is prioritizing yourself is something that's coming through. Doing what you want to do. Spending time in your own energy, especially with the rabbit here. Rabbits tend to, you know, hole up or burrow in their caves for long periods of time, so you may be quite an introvert is something that's interesting, and it's coming through as one of your natural born gifts. The ability to introspect, the ability to go within and focus on your own energy. I also just feel like the things that you write when you're alone are very transformative and very powerful. I feel like you're able to paint a clear picture with your words is something that's also coming through as one of your natural born gifts. And with this K here, your name may start with K. That's something that's also coming through. S, R, and P. I don't know why these letters are sticking out at me. Let's see what else we have. So we have strength with number 11, and I just saw 1011 on the clock timer. True strength is displayed through kindness, forgiveness, and compassion. You have tremendous personal power and courage. I feel like you guys could be very connected to the divine feminine, and you have this very like soft energy, which is interesting. I love your guys' energy so much, and I feel like you guys are so powerful, so strong, because you have almost maintained this softness and maintained this quietness and this like introversion type energy. Also like shyness is something that's also coming through, but this is coming through as your gift, as your strength of being. I feel like you guys are also very like you're able to observe other people and their behaviors and come to conclusions about what those people need, who those people are. You guys have this like ability to really almost like become the witness and see through the eyes of spirit, which is really interesting. And my heart just goes out to you guys because I feel like you may struggle being in a physical body. That's something that's also coming through because of this feeling of anxiety. Your spirit guides are calling me to tell you that anxiety is a normal feeling. Fear is a normal feeling. It helps us tap into our intuition. It helps us realize what is for us and what is not for us. Obviously, we can't get carried away by fear, but that's why we have fear in our system, because it's meant to help us. It's not meant to harm us. It's something that's coming through, and a lot of times people can dismiss this about us. I feel like you guys are able to understand darker things, understand the power of things that maybe people want to dismiss. I feel like you guys have a really integrated shadow as well, is something that's coming through. And I feel like you guys have a really good way at shifting your perspective and shifting the perspective of others. And your spirit guides are calling me to tell you, there was this video I saw on TikTok, and it was like, if we treated extroverts the way extroverts treat introverts. So it was like this introvert going up to this person, and they were like, "Oh, you talk a lot, don't you? Oh, you're quite loud, aren't you? You'll grow out of it, don't worry." And that's something that it's like people that are introverts, and I can empathize with this because I'm also an introvert, where it's like people, growing up may have told you it's bad to be an introvert, or you need to be more outgoing, or you need to connect with people. But that's not always a good thing. We need both, and that's why both exist. And I feel like you guys have a really strong understanding of duality as well as one of your natural born gifts. And that's why you may feel that time is running out sometimes, because we're only here for a limited amount of time. This is true. But we also have to really focus on the present moment and know that this moment is the only moment that exists. Let's see what else we have. We have the 9 of Wands. Your natural born gifts. You guys are very, very, very strong. Very strong. And I feel like your strength comes from your inside, from the internal. And that's why we have this message over here. True strength is displayed through kindness, forgiveness, and compassion. And I feel like these are your natural born gifts. Kindness, forgiveness, and compassion. It's like no matter what you've gone through or what you've experienced, it's like your heart is something that remains true to you. I feel like something that's coming through is like people may tend to be jealous of you, or they may try to project onto you. I'm also seeing people maybe trying to poke or prod at you because they want to get you mad or angry, but you just have such this soft, kind energy. And this is part of your natural born gift. Being able to carry this softness and this fragility and this vulnerability. I'm going to take a sip of water real quick. And your spirit guides are saying fall down 9, stand up 10. So I feel like no matter how hard life gets, you're always able to pick yourself back up. And this is one of your natural born gifts and abilities. Being able to stand up even when people may be projecting onto you or trying to push you down. And I want to look in the 9 of Wands in the book because it does list days and it lists herbs. So I feel like these herbs could be helpful for you because herbology is something that came up. It's the 9 of Wands. Okay. So the key words for the 9 of Wands is resilience, strength, wounded but conquered, hold your ground. And then these are the corresponding numbers, 9, 35, and 8. See, and we did have 8 here again. And then associated birthdays, August 8th through August 14th, which August 8th is 8-8, which is interesting. We have 888. And then associated plants, bayberry and St. John wort. So those may be really good herbs for you to use as well. Such soft energy coming through. And that's why maybe you guys would also be really good writers. I'm also picking up Jane Eyre for some reason. I've never read that book, but that may be a significant book for you. Also, Jane Austen, I think. And you're also, I feel like one of your natural born gifts, you almost have this like romanticism around you. People may romanticize you or see you as almost like this very like floaty, fairy, goddess type energy. Let's see what else we have. We have the 9 of Wands again. So you guys got the 9 of Wands twice. Wow. So the wand energy is all about passion. It's all about the fire within your spirit. I feel like you guys, your spirit guides are saying you have an unbreakable spirit is something that's coming through. It's like no matter how much trauma, no matter how much just stress, no matter how much people try to fight you on things or attack you, it's like you remain soft. You remain gentle, you remain kind, and you keep standing up. I love this energy. This to me is giving, it's like main characters in a movie where they're like facing a bully, and it's like the bully is trying to break them down over and over and over again. It's like no matter how many times they come at them, this person stands up. You guys are giving like main character energy. And it's like this person stands up, and this person, you guys are able to like change the bully's perspective. Whereas the bully's trying to, you know, because that's the thing is like whenever you have somebody like a victim and somebody who's fighting somebody else, it's like they're trying to harden them. They're trying to hurt them because the bully has been hurt. Because they have been through things where, you know, maybe they don't have a good home life or people have projected onto them and they changed, you know, they became hard. They became, you know, had like a blockage around their heart, and then they try to project this onto other people. But you have this ability, this natural born gift to change people and soften people. And it's this fierceness, it's this lion energy. You guys could resonate with being Leos as well. Something that's coming through, but it's this like you don't give up. It's like no matter how many times people try to push you down, you always stand up. And it's like I feel like people may underestimate you is something that's coming through, but it's like when people really are in your energy field, they can realize and understand how strong you actually are. And you have this healing type energy where it's like you're very soft, you're very caring, you're very kind, especially to hurt people, because I feel like you have this like soul understanding that hurt people. And so no matter how many times people try to project that onto you, you really know and understand that your words cannot affect me. And then we have the word Lord. Communication, praise, dishonesty with the number 43 here. This, like you have this like strong writer, natural born ability to write. and communicate is something that's coming through. You guys may have a lot of journals, and only do this if this resonates with you, but your spirit guides may have been urging you to maybe publish a journal or publish a book. Is something that's coming through. You guys are very, very, very intuitive, very strong, and I feel like you guys have really open throat chakras as well, especially with the 9 of Wands coming through twice. It's like, no matter how many times people try to tell you you're this, you're that, it's like you know who you are. And that's why you have this main character energy as well, because the main character knows who they are. They don't let anybody else tear them down. They don't let anybody else shake them up. Very unshakable type energy. And it's beautiful because you have the rabbit here, and the rabbit is about anxiety, about fear. It's like you feel the fear, but you do it anyway. You feel the anxiety, but you stand strong in your own energy. You still display kindness. You still display forgiveness, compassion. Really interesting. I love your guys' energy. Your natural born gifts are ones that many people may underestimate. And I feel like at times maybe you have kind of second guessed yourself, but your spirit guides are saying don't second guess these gifts and abilities, because these, I'm gonna say it, I feel like these are the most powerful out of all 3 piles that I've read today. The gift of kindness, especially in today's day and age where it's so easy to project back onto people. It's so easy to project your pain and anger and hurt, but you have this ability to heal your own wounds. Really interesting. And you know what it's also giving? It's giving like Jesus type energy as well, or the Buddha, or bodhisattvas, or these, you know, healers throughout time and history who people have written about because they're so amazing. Very beautiful. And your spirit guides are saying, they're singing that song, I get knocked down, but I get up again. Something, you're never gonna get me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. It's like, so much strength. And it's inner strength. And that's the beautiful thing about it, is like nobody can take this away from you because you've cultivated it yourself through the healing of your own shadow. Tremendous personal power and courage. Tremendous. Wow. But I feel like that's all I have for you, pile number 3. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this reading, please give me a like, please comment, please subscribe. It really does help my channel grow, and we would love to have you be a part of the Sailor family as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day, and I will see you later. Bye.